Why, hello there everyone, how's it going? This is rexfurry here, and welcome back to yet another Let's Draw video. But wait a minute, what's going on here? There's already a sprite here. Well, yes there is, because I kind of tried to record this video before, and it's not that it wasn't going well, it's just that it took so long, and I don't know, I didn't start coming up with things to talk about till, like, the very end, and so it was really boring, and, I don't know, it was, like, more boring than usual. Not that it was like bad, but it was just it's kind of boring. So I decided to scrap it and redo it because I don't know. I'm actually in the mood today to do like a let's draw. Like I'm in the drawing mood, but not necessarily the like recording while drawing mood today. But but just like in the drawing mood in general, I guess. So anyway, let's go ahead and hopefully this goes a little bit better than last time. Hopefully I'll think of things to talk about a little bit quicker. But anyway, I'm not necessarily going to draw the same exact thing that I just showed you guys on the screen, but I want to draw something kind of similar to it, like more of like a blob kind of creature, just like a cute little blob character, because I don't know, that's kind of my focus today. I worked on it a little bit earlier today, because like it was college finals today for me, and I was studying, like afterwards I was studying for like a math test that's coming up, and like the end of quarter math test or whatever. And usually when I'm just studying, like after a little while, I'll take like little breaks and just like draw on like my notepad, and I'll draw like these really not necessarily elaborate, but just like what do you call those collage like doodles. So I'll like put a whole bunch of doodles like together and stuff. But basically, I usually use a pen, but I ended up forgetting my pen today, and so or excuse me, I used a pencil, but I ended up forgetting it, so I only had a pen on me. So I had to use a pen today. And surprisingly, like, it's really weird, and you probably wouldn't think this, but, like, using a pen over a pencil, like, after you've been drawing with it for so long, I don't know, it's really weird. Like, I got new inspiration stuff just from, like, the way it looked, I guess? I don't know. It was pretty interesting, to say the least. But, yeah, that's one thing I guess we can go ahead and start this thing on. Talking about the difference between pens and pencils. Oh my gosh. Jeez, that was like a... what the heck? I don't even know. I don't even know. What I do know is, this is actually looking pretty cool. Like last time when I started this, like the last drawing I just had, that little blob character, he didn't have shading on him, like on his eyeballs. And now that I do it, he looks kind of cool actually. I like the way it's looking. I don't know, it's not really too noticeable, but it looks kind of cool nonetheless. Like, it really softens up the area, and that softening just looks really nice, I suppose. Okay, so let's go ahead and dab some of these colors over here around the highlights of the pupil. I guess when you really look at it, this like whole entire thing is the pupil. But let's go ahead and copy, paste this over to the side, take another glass of Kool-Aid, or drink some more of my Kool-Aid in a glass. Oh, my tongue still feels so weird. Oh my goodness. Earlier today, actually, like we went to the store, and we ended up getting some rum for like a holiday recipe. And I had never had rum before, and basically what happened, neither was my mom, but what ended up happening, she asked me if I wanted to taste any, and I said sure, because I've tasted like alcohol before, just like little tastes of like just like beer before, just to see what it tastes like. And like what ended up happening is like I'm not an alcohol guy at all. I really do not like alcohol, but I'm more of like a tea and soda and juice kind of guy. And I guess that sounds kind of lame, but whatever. It's my own preference, whatever. I like it. So anyway, I tasted some rum, and like I went to smell it first just to see what it smelled like, and honestly, like it was really weird. Like it smelled like soap that you would put in your dryer or excuse me, your washer to like wash your clothes. It was really bad, and at least to me it was. And so basically what ended up happening is so I like tasted it, right? And it was the most bitter thing I've ever had in my life. Like it was really bad. And so, and it was just like a little dab too. It wasn't even like a teaspoon. It was just a little dab, like in a spoon. And all I did was like I put my tongue on it, and just from that, like the front of my tongue, it was not good. Did not enjoy it at all. But I'm glad I had the experience, I suppose, so I know what it tastes like. That sounds kind of bad though. It sounds like I'll just do anything just see what it tastes like. Here's some drugs. You can go ahead and just, just a little dab, just see what it tastes like. A little prick of the needle. Yeah, no way. No way. I don't even like needles if it's for like health related reasons. My goodness. Alrighty, society is changing for kind of the worst actually. But anyway, let's not divulge ourselves into society because that's a whole nother thing. And who am I to discuss that? I guess I'm not really anyone because I really don't care if I do or don't, but it's just not something I want to divulge into, I suppose. Something I do want to divulge into, though, is another drink. There's another sip of this Kool-Aid here. Num num num. I was actually kind of in more, not necessarily a relaxed mood when I started this video off, but just kind of like a drawing but not recording mood, as I said earlier. So I got some Kool-Aid, and like when I was last recording, like I got the Kool-Aid to try and bring my energy levels up, but it didn't really work, I guess. But anyway, what ended up happening was like I got the Kool-Aid, right? And so for like the first like 15 minutes of the video or the recording, are you serious? Give me a minute, guys. Alright, so we're back here, and just had to take just a brief little phone call. It was nice and short. But, yeah, I totally forgot what we were talking about. I think it was like something about Kool-Aid. Honestly, I don't even know. But, oh, right, so, yeah, I left the Kool-Aid there for like probably 15 minutes of the video, not even realizing it was there. And so, I don't know, just to give you guys an idea of the kind of mood that I'm in. But, excuse me, I have like the hiccups. Oh my goodness. Also, really something I wanted to get into, or just I guess talk about really quick, is like after I drank the rum, I need something to like wash it out. So I got a glass of Kool-Aid, and I figure because like it tasted like washing soap, like the rum did, I'd figured I'd fight like chemicals with chemicals, and this is not a smiley face, by the way, just so you know. I'd fight chemicals with chemicals, because for those of you guys who don't know, you can actually use Kool-Aid as dishwasher or dishwasher detergent. And if you guys actually don't believe me, I've tried it. And just make sure if you actually try it on your own, just to use either the invisible or the lemon flavor, because any other flavor will stain your dishes. So you probably don't want to do that. But anyway, so I figured I'd fight like chemical with chemical, and see if I can at least do something to get rid of that terrible taste in my mouth. And what ended up happening was like it took probably like a half an hour just to get rid of the taste alone. But like afterwards, I had like this really weird feeling on my tongue. I don't know what it was, but it was really weird, and I didn't like it at all. So yeah, that was my experience with rum, a stronger type of alcohol. I probably wouldn't do it again, just because it was so disgusting and made my tongue feel weird. But yeah, I guess that's my story, my awkward story. Some of you alcohol drinkers, if there are any alcohol drinkers who watch this, just gonna be like, seriously, dude, I've had that stuff and more. Good for you, I guess. I don't know. You have more of a tolerance. I've always been curious how you get used to alcohol, or like if there's someone, like if people are just automatically like have a liking to it or take a liking to it, because alcohol to me is just the overall taste of it so bitter, and yeah, I'm not fond of it. And usually, like, everyone who I know who's, like, drank before had to, like, get used to the taste and stuff, so, I don't know. It's a curious subject indeed. Indeed, indeed. I mean, how do we actually... It's funny, though, because how did we go from, like, using alcohol to like, address wounds and everything? And then, is this even? Holy crap, it's not. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, like, how did we go to, like, using it to address wounds? And, then we went to, like, drinking it. Like, it's almost like taking some like, bottle of, like, antibiotic, um, stuff, and then just, like, guzzling it down just to see what it would taste like. And although it tastes, like, really bitter, I guess it's safe enough to drink? Well, I guess the first person, though, would... Well, I get... No, because it, like, started out by fermentation, right? I think. I don't know. I don't know the backstory of how alcohol came to be, but I think it's something with, like, fermentation. But anyway, enough talking about alcohol here. Let's get on a more cheery subject, or at least cheery for me, and I guess some other people here. Oh my goodness, after I take another sip of my Kool-Aid. Yum yum yum. Alrighty, so actually one really quick thing I wanted to discuss too, before we kind of move on, I guess, is like my gaming channel, Rex Plays the Games. I haven't uploaded there for like a long time. I think like a week and a day or something. And for everyone who's subscribed to that channel, I do apologize for that. I just been, like, basically what happens is there's actually reasoning behind this. Basically what happens is, like, when I upload and stuff, for that channel, like, it takes up a lot of bandwidth and stuff, and I'm usually, like, using the computer and uploading, like, for other uploading and everything. And, like, kind of what happens is when I upload other stuff to that channel, it usually takes, like, a while to get uploaded here. And, if you can't tell, I'm doing kind of, this is his hat. So, yeah, that's how that is. But, jeez. Yeah, I haven't, uploaded there because of that. And so, what I was thinking is, because I have a lot of videos that I actually already have, like, that are recorded, that I can upload, but I just haven't got to them because of that factor that I just mentioned. So, what I'm thinking is possibly just, like, doing a mass upload. And I know that sounds like that probably doesn't sound really that good, but I have, like, probably 6, 7, 8 videos that need to be uploaded, so anyway, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that was my reasoning that I kind of came to a possible conclusion of. And actually, I don't think I'm going to make this a hat, because that would be kind of time consuming. Let's just go ahead and make him like a little white character here, like a paper bag kind of thing. That's kind of what he's looking as right now. He looks kind of cute though, I like him. I like the way he looks. He looks pretty good. Okay, so what else is there to talk about? Actually, they said that, like, over where I live, we've been getting some snow advisories, like, just possible snow advisories, though, but any snow is good snow, I suppose, over here. I'm a pretty big fan of the snow. Like, I don't like the rain, unless I'm actually inside. If there's a storm or something going on, and I'm on the inside of my house with nowhere to go, like, not like, I mean, like there's nowhere to escape, but just, like, I don't have anything to do or anywhere to go, I kind of enjoy it, because it's really peaceful, just to look out at it and just kind of relax inside your own home. But if I actually have to go out and go somewhere or do something, then I'm really not a fan of it. But otherwise, I think it's pretty cool. We get a lot of, especially in this season too, we get a lot of, like, rainstorms and everything, and thunderstorms. And in, like, the summertime, we get, like, tropical storms over here in the northwest. But yeah, I really need to get better in my grammar. Like, I always, whenever I say something, like I notice whenever I have, like, an error in my grammar or whatever, or, like, repeat stuff, or just use, like, what is it called, like not a placeholder, but when you keep using, like, or, like, but, or a whole bunch of other stuff like that, like, in your sentences, there I go again, whatever, I'm just gonna disregard it. Hopefully I'll get better at it. But, yeah, I always get, like, I'm so self-conscious about that. And it's worse when you're self-conscious about it, too, because then you keep, like, wanting to deliberately not mess up. My goodness. which would become of me and my grammar abilities. I don't know, maybe when I get older or something, I'll try to, as my life goes on, I'll try to work on that a little bit. What are you gonna do? So, this drawing here is looking pretty good. I think he has nice soft eyes. It looks pretty okay. I think I'm just gonna do a little bit of shading below his blushies as well, just to give him that little shading, cute, soft factor, because this is quite a soft puffball creature. And I think that's a little too much shading, actually. Go ahead and get rid of some of this. Also, for those of you who are curious about the music in the background, I'm actually playing some Fire Emblem here. And what track is this here? I don't know. Well, I guess it's right there, but it's all in Chinese, or excuse me, Japanese, so you cannot read it. But yeah, it's Fire Emblem OST. Look it up. The original game soundtrack. There we go. That's a little bit softer shading. I like the way that looks. Let's give him a little bit of a. Well, I guess we can't really do that, can we? Just add some side shading, or actually no, let's give him some, or I guess it could be a her, couldn't it? It could be a little her character. Let's give it, there we go, that settles it all, some reflection, or not really reflection, but whatever you want to call it. So I guess while we're doing this here, how long has this been going actually? Hopefully not too long. Hopefully at most I'm hoping to go like at least 20 minutes, but we'll see what happens, I suppose. I'm getting actually to the point where I'm a little tired now. I'm not tired and like I'm really tired and I want to go to bed. It's just kind of, this is the last recording I'm gonna do, kind of tired. That looks pretty good. That looks kind of cutesy. Courier chair. I think I'm gonna add to the cuteness factor here. Let's give him a little mouth, because he deserves it. He deserves this cute little mouth. He's like, yay! I just got my present from Santa, and I'm ready to go. I don't know what this guy would get a present for, considering he's a little puffball. But hey, you know, he can dream, I suppose. He can get what he wants. All right. Another sip of my Kool-Aid. Alrighty. What else is there to talk about? What other topics can we ponder over? What other kind of things, subjects can we converse about? Well, there's just so many things, aren't there? Alrighty. I'm honestly, I just kind of drew a blank there. I guess, well, let's talk about frogs. Let's talk about frogs. There's a lot that can go on with a frog. They are amphibians, for one. Actually, when I was younger, I used to own a pet frog. I actually used to own two. And I actually had a salamander and a skink. For those of you guys who are curious as to what a skink is, it's basically a lizard that's like 2 to 3 inches long. Like, no joke. You can buy them over here in like the pet stores, like Petco and PetSmart and whatever. And they're just these, I don't know if you actually still can buy them. Like, I haven't seen them. Maybe they're like a seasonal thing. But it sounds so weird calling like pets seasonal. But yeah, I think they're like a seasonal thing, I guess. I don't know. I haven't been in a pet store for a while. But basically, they're just these little tiny lizards, and I had him in his own cage for a while, but eventually I put him in with a salamander, because I figure, you know, a salamander's kind of like a lizard, and he's a lizard, so I ended up putting them together, and the first one was named Texas. I don't know why it was named Texas. It's just kind of, it fit his look. So anyway, he was named Texas. And my salamander, I think his name was like Sticky or something, because he was really he was really sticky. So yeah, I had Texas and Sticky in one cage together, or not really a cage, but one place, one habitat. Let's just leave it at that, habitat, because I can't think of anything. Aquarium. There we go. They're like in this kind of aquarium thing, and so they were in this aquarium, and so one day they were doing pretty good for a while, but one day I woke up. and I looked for Texas because I couldn't find him anywhere. So I was like, maybe he crawled under something, or there's a lot of bark and stuff, or maybe he escaped. I don't know what the heck happened to this guy. So I couldn't find him for like 3 days, and so like Sticky was there. Nothing was going on with Sticky, so I just kind of figured he was gone, and so I went to the pet store first thing. And what did I do? Well, I got another skink, because that was my logic. Just get another one. The other one probably is either having his freedom or dead. So I didn't think of anything else at the time, which I'll get to what actually happened in a minute. But basically, what happened is I didn't even get to name this new skink that I had. I had him for like 2 days. Second day, he was missing again. Now, what I actually fed these guys, for you guys who are curious, is mealworms. And these mealworms were somewhat large. They were about maybe about an inch and a half. However, what size were the skinks? Yep. Basically, what ended up happening is Sticky the Salamander ended up eating both of my skinks. And so, yeah, that's kind of what happened. It's kind of a sad story, but yeah, I guess that's kind of what happens when we transition from talking to frogs to skinks and salamanders, I guess. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that story, a little tidbit. I actually used to own a lot of pets as a kid. I had some guinea pigs. There's a lot of guinea pigs, actually, but they'd always die so fast. And it wasn't because of anything I did, although, granted, one time it was because I was really little. But we won't divulge into that right now. But yeah, I had a lot of guinea pigs, and they just kind of died because guinea pigs don't last for that long of time. But what else I had? I had a cat, which there's a lot of stories actually to tell about him. How could I not have thought of that before? However, I'm going to save those because there's some pretty interesting stories with that cat. Holy crap. But, what else did I own? I had 2 frogs, I had a salamander, I had some skinks, I had some crickets, I guess. It doesn't really count as anything, but I had them anyway. I actually had some stick bugs. Those are really interesting too. The thing with the stick bugs though is like they would mate. Actually, I'm gonna make that a different color. They would mate constantly, and like what would happen is because of their like constant mating, what would end up happening is there'd be so many young, and stuff, and like every day there'd be like a whole bunch of like these little black specks. And basically, what stick bugs are, they're just regular insects, but their eggs are just like really tiny little black specks. They're almost like poppy seed seeds from like poppy seed muffins or whatever. And they would hatch so quickly. So from one day, you'd go from having like maybe 20 or so like stick bugs, and then the next day you'd wake up to like 100 like various stick bugs. It was insane. It was awesome though, but we ended up donating them all because we couldn't handle them because there's so many. But they're really easy. They're really fun to like feed too, or not feed, but just like have. And basically, what they had is like little roseberry bushes. I don't remember if it was like the leaves. I think it was like the leaves, and they just ate the leaves. But yeah, and they just like if you put them on you, they just like crawl around and stuff, and just kind of stick to your clothes. It'd be really fun to just kind of have them hang around. But anyway, that's some of my pet story kind of thing. This is looking really weird, actually. Yeah. So anyway, I'm actually getting kind of tired here, and I think this is pretty good enough just to kind of call it quits here. Looks like that Kool-Aid didn't help after all. I'll just use the rest of my dishwasher as detergent. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I don't remember if I mentioned this or not, but I kind of want to try like doing weekly Let's Draws, but in my like deep down, I know that's probably not going to happen because for one, I'm probably not going to get the chance, and for two, if I was to do that, I'd probably have to pre-record them and then release them. And I usually like to do Let's Draws like on the day that I upload them, just because it feels more right, I guess, to me. So anyway. that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment, rate, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. And yeah, I guess until next video, until next Let's Draw, until next time, this has been rexfurry. I'll see you then. Goodbye. See you later. Awkward outros. Okay, seriously, see you guys later.